Hello, am I coming through? Am I coming through? Is my audio working?
Matt, this is Ken. I can hear you fine.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Ken.
I just noticed in the minutes from last month, everybody voted yes or aye, except for Ken, who voted sure for the
Huh.
waiving of the permitting fee. Well, I'm gonna have to be very careful about what I say, since the specific word I'm using is going to be part of the minutes.
I don't know if it would make that type of difference, but yeah, I see where your point is.
Yeah, I don't want to be flippant. I assumed yes, sure, aye, why not? Who cares? Those all sound like the same thing. Maybe not who cares, but
Yeah, I get it. Makes sense.
since we're being recorded, this is root beer. Root beer.
Okay.
I'm not chug-a-lugging any Milwaukee's finest during a county meeting.
You look like you're feeling good.
I'm not, but thank you.
Um,
It's all the makeup I've got on right now.
I hope you'll feel better soon.
Yeah, I feel like lighting is weird in here.
That'd make your face bright.
Well, I can change the color.
No, you're fine. That doesn't bother me.
No, I can change it to.
Doesn't bother
I've
me.
got these flares going on here, though. I'm not really sure.
I haven't even seen that, but okay.
Yeah, wait. It's a little better. I've been doing this for a year, and I've still not got the lighting down here in the basement set
It's
right.
not easy. I have strange light coloring. It's not true color for some reason on my screen either. I mean, for me.
Turn this down. too loud. This is a drag too, because I've got a bunch of cat food that my cats have suddenly decided isn't good enough for them. And it's like, okay, fine. I got these flats of canned seafood pate that wasn't cheap, and then suddenly they're all like, so okay, fine. I can't eat it. They won't eat it. So if I could come to the shelter tonight, I'm certain the kitty cats in the cat room would love, to have.
Probably,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. So I can still swing by and drop it off. I just can't stay.
Yeah,
The-
I get it.
yeah, one of the curses of the disease. I'm not going to go into details.
No, it's okay.
The good news is
Going up.
the guy in charge of the aviation program over at Ivy Tech gave me a call, and we talked about when am I going to get back to flying. He asked specifically why I'm grounded. I said, well, it's not because I'm on any medication the FAA doesn't like. I'm grounded because I'm not comfortable in a cockpit with what's going on. I don't want to be turning on the final on a solo flight and suddenly be distracted by something going on inside my body. And
Right.
sort of a catch-22. Once I'm more comfortable flying, I can anticipate and deal with that. But while I'm learning, it's like, remember when you were learning how to drive a car? Can you imagine if at any time while you're merging onto the highway, somebody's going to blow an air horn in your ear? The anticipation of all that is distracting. But once you've gained the skill, you can block it out. But sort of a catch-22. I can't gain the skill until I've gone through the training. I can't go through the training without the skill while I'm worried about this distraction.
Yeah.
So he's like,
Yeah,
well,
I get it.
so I'm going to go out to Columbus this week or next and sit down with he and a flight instructor and figure out what do we do? I've got 25 hours. I was one freaking flight away from my solo. In fact, my instructor said, you're ready. And I said, I want to spend a couple more hours just doing pattern work, because, when you're flying the plane, since we got 60 seconds here, when you turn on the final to come into land, ideally you turn at exactly the right time and you're lined up. But until you've got enough experience to know when that is, sometimes you turn early, which means you've got to kind of slide over to where the runway is, or you turn late and you got to cut back. But when you cut back while you're trying to descend and while you're trying to lose power, you can stall the airplane. And you don't want to stall the airplane when you are 50 feet above the ground. You can still stall it at 10,000 feet, but not at 50. So I guess. Oh well, we'll talk later about this.
We have 5 on the first. Yeah, but I think that.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, I think we got our forum right at the.
Hello, everybody. I'm here. Let's go through. Let's go through and do our beginning.
Oh, hang on a second, Matt. We're just getting settled.
I'm here and I am speaking. Okay, let's begin. This is the June 6th, 2022 Monroe County Animal Management Commission meeting. Do we need to go through roll call first, or do we need to do the approvals first?
Go ahead and do roll call first, Matt.
Okay, cool. Matt Collar, president of the board, present. Virgil
Sauer, present.
Russell.
Present.
Who else is there? The camera's moving enough. I can't see who is all there.
I'm here.
Whoever
Maybe
next.
welcome.
Keep
So-
going.
Next.
Just go ahead.
Ken,
Ken Buzzard, present.
okay. Virgil, was it just you, Russell, and
The only person currently on the commission that's not present is Valerie Pena.
she's not there yet?
No, but everybody else is here.
Fine. We have a quorum right there though, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Do we have anybody in the gallery?
We don't have any guests. We have 2 officers with cases present and Lisa's doing minutes, but so far, nobody else is present.
Okay. We have a quorum and we're waiting on Valerie. I'm gonna, unless you have something you want to wait on, I'm gonna go ahead and start.
Yeah, go ahead and start. Valerie is not going to be present with us this evening.
Okay, if she comes, she comes. First item on the agenda, approval of the May 2022nd, 2020. Start again, approval of May 2nd, 22 meeting.
So moved.
Any corrections or notes that need to be entered?
I second that, I need a second.
We have a motion in a second here, Matt. Did you hear that?
Okay. We're gonna have to do this both by row and by hand because the audio is soft on me, sorry. All those in favor, we're gonna go aye. Ken,
Aye.
Virgil,
Aye.
Russell,
Aye.
I'm blanking out on your name, sorry.
William?
William, yeah, sorry.
Aye.
Okay.
And Catherine's
any-
here.
what?
Matt, Catherine's here as well.
Who was that?
Catherine.
Okay, I can't see Catherine, so I don't know. Sorry,
I'm here. I can go.
that's fine.
They will
Uh,
vote for you eventually.
It's unanimous then, I take it, so that's approved. That's fine, thank you. New business, appeal of the neuter wall case. We have officers,
Since Ms. Wall is not here, we don't need to hear the appeal. We can see if they show up, but it will stand unless she shows up.
okay. So let's see, when they're not here, normally try to let it stand. Do we need to take formal vote of it? I forget.
We normally do not.
Okay, then that will stand unless she shows up here in a few minutes. The second item on the agenda is a request to declare habitual offender Reynolds. We don't have anybody there, so we let that stand.
Well, that one we have to hear.
Okay, thank you. I can never remember the difference. My apologies. Okay, did you tell me we had officers or not?
We do.
Okay, can the officers tell us where they are with this one?
This is yours, Dan.
Joey Reynolds, Joey said yes.
Yep, we're on that one whenever you get a chance.
I think you all have the paperwork there. We've had Joey's dog, Joey, at large several times in the last 24 months. So that's the reason for the habitual. You can see in the notice that the county's had at least 3 in the last 6 or 8 months at that. I don't have it pulled up in front of me here. And I know it's does not pertain, but it's been also at large in the city for 5 or 6 times in the last couple of years.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and formally abstain from this vote or pull myself from the vote and speak on behalf of the shelter. This dog has been picked up both in the city limits, in Bedford multiple times, as well as the county, all in similar circumstances.
We've had
Kill
the,
the chicken.
no,
Okay.
we've had this dog at large in the county on 4/20/2021, 3/8/2022, 4/22/22, 4/25/22.
He's so nice.
Sorry, you're kidding. Where would you like me to go back to the beginning?
4/20/21.
And then 3/8/22. 4/22/22. 4/25/22.
Since the request has been made, I think he's been out 2 more times.
And that's not to mention, there's been several times that she's been on Facebook posting that he was missing.
Hey, Dan, this is Ken. I see on
Go
the,
ahead.
on the request form that we've got we've got three recent citations, which is fine. But you just said that sounds like there's 7 or 8 within the last 24 months. Is that correct?
And between city and county. So just the county, we've had 4 in 24 months,
Okay, cool.
24 months and 1 day.
So like picking up a lot here at the end, is there a reason why?
She moves all around, so it started
Couch
down,
surface,
yeah,
basically.
so it started, I think, at our mom's house down on Charlie Avenue, which is South Rogers, and then she was living over just outside Ellisville off of Matthews. Because he was picked up at Cook a couple of times. He's been picked up twice in Bedford.
What's in Bedford?
And then the most recent time, there's been 2 down in like the Harrisburg area.
So sorry, with conversations we've had with her at the shelter, she's either a home health aide or something like that, and so she takes the dog along with her when she's working. And so the dog gets loose from these various places where she's working at.
Okay.
Can I confirm? I want to make certain that we have jurisdiction, that she's had at least 3 violations in 24 months in the county, excluding City, excluding Bedford, in Monroe County. Okay, good. Oh, not good, but I want to make certain that we've got jurisdiction here.
But good call.
That's fine. Thank you, Ken. Any further information or discussion? If not, any motion?
What's the dog's name?
Joey Reynolds.
Okay, I will move that we find Jody Reynolds, an habitual offender under 44022A1, with discussion to follow regarding what action we take.
Do I have a sec? Do I have a
Second.
second?
Second,
I have a second. Who is the second? Russell?
Russell.
Thank you. Having heard that, do we have any further discussion? Not hearing, I'm going to take a vote. Ken,
Aye.
aye for me. Virgil,
I'm gonna stay based on my experience. So
thank you. Russell,
Aye.
William,
Aye.
say that again.
Aye.
Thank you.
Catherine?
You don't know on camera, I can't take when you're not on camera.
Hi.
Okay. Okay, I am hearing 1 abstention and the remainder aye, correct?
yes, it carries 501.
Okay, thank you. That motion then carries. All right, we only have reports left.
One moment.
Any further reports, what, I'm sorry.
We've declared her an habitual offender, but what we have to do is determine.
Oh, I forgot, I'm
What remedy?
sorry.
It's okay. If I may, we've got,
Please, I'm sorry, I jumped the gun.
it's okay. We haven't done this in a month. We've got three options here. We can fine Miss Reynolds twice the applicable Class D penalty. We can void her ownership of the animal in question. Or we can require that she take steps to rectify the problem, including building a fence around her car, or whatever we do.
Oh, my God. So she's cat surface and takes her dog to. I know rectify that problem.
She says she's caring for people, but I spoke to her mom recently, that's not necessarily the case. Wherever she stays, that's who she says she's caring for at the time.
Sure can be, you know. Is there any chance at all she's gonna cooperate with the neighbor to look at?
There's a very low chance. I'm always for giving somebody an opinion, help. The fact that she's bouncing around a lot is gonna make a practical issue with us seizing the dog. I think if we were to go that route, if the dog is picked up again and brought here, we want to do something where it would remain here until she comes before the commission or something like that.
So next time the dog's loose, do we seize it that way?
That would be my opinion, would be to put something in. If the dog is loose again, the dog remains in the shelter until the next AMC meeting.
And that's my motion.
Will that be brought in by public or officer
Either way.
Yes.
in the city or the county?
The next time that the dog is brought to the shelter. I mean,
I agree with motion there.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second from Russell. Am I hearing it as a second somewhere?
I'm inclined more to double the fine, but I don't know if she's been paying previous fines.
It's been triple.
Oh, so that's not bad.
the fines aren't doing.
That's not good, right? I mean, because, do we even know if she's paying?
I have, typically Adam in the treasurer's office has been pretty good about emailing us, or at least me letting me know when it's for payment. I haven't gotten anything on her.
All right.
Ken,
To have the dog here until the next meeting gives us the opportunity to not seize the dog as well.
Right.
If she shows up.
Right.
So, I mean.
And if
it's
she
just-
doesn't, she's pretty much abandoned.
Exactly.
I'll second it. If you don't have a second, I'll second.
Okay.
Ken,
I don't understand what the motion is. Could it be restated?
Next time the dog is picked up or brought in here, it's going to be kept here until the next AMC meeting.
Okay, but we're not going out to seize the dog. It's if the dog is picked up and brought into the shelter, right?
Correct.
This is a public meeting, so I'm assuming that either that the minutes here will be available. Will there be a direct communication with Ms. Reynolds to let her know that this will happen the next time the dog is found at large?
Yes.
Lee will be drafting that letter and that will be sent out after this meeting.
Okay.
okay, I'm good with the motion. Do I have an official second here anywhere?
I did.
Wait, okay, William, thank you. I'm getting a slight delay in my audio, so I apologize. Ken, you have
Yeah,
something?
a little discussion about this. I want to make certain if the dog happened to be, let's assume the dog is picked up and brought to the shelter. If this pickup happens immediately before the next AMC meeting, will there be sufficient time to provide Ms. Reynolds notice of that she will need to attend the next meeting? I mean, I don't know what the notice requirement would be, whether it's 3 days, 7 days. But I'm assuming that there is a notice requirement, or even a reasonableness test to be able to send her an official notice through the mail. Is it possible that the dog may be kept for longer than a month, depending on the timing of if and when the dog is picked up?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, and who is on the hook for the daily upkeep, maintenance of the dog? Would it be Ms. Reynolds or would it be the shelter?
It would be the owner of the dog.
Okay. Okay. I understand the onus is on her because this situation wouldn't have come up if the dog hadn't been habitually at large. So I get that. I just want to make certain that I completely understand the impact of the motion. Okay, thank you.
You always got good questions.
It's my job.
That's fine. That's fine, Ken. Thank you. I don't know if I got an official second or not. William did it. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yes, I did.
My head is all over the place tonight. I apologize.
All right.
Okay, having heard that and I think we finished our discussions. So shall we do our vote? Okay, I will go Russell,
Yes, aye.
William,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Virgil,
Aye.
and Catherine.
Don't mention it.
I didn't hear a Catherine.
I said I.
Thank you. And I will say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Let her know what we are doing to hold if the dog picked up again, blah, blah, blah. Sorry.
I have a
Sorry, Ken.
follow-up discussion here. So Ms. Reynolds has been declared an habitual offender, but no consequence to Ms. Reynolds other than keeping her dog at the shelter if the dog becomes at large again. But we've declared her an habitual offender regardless of whether she has one dog or 50 dogs. She's been declared an habitual offender. Is there any other, assuming that now that the dog is never picked up, is there any other action that the commission wishes to consider?
No.
Okay, if we're primarily concerned about this one dog getting out over and over again, that's great. I just want to make certain that we have that on the record.
I think that carries with her, the habitual declaration.
And she's still supposed to be paying her fines too, correct? Okay.
Okay,
So I would, just for clarification, if she came here, if the dog gets out again and she comes to get him, she needs to have him agreed some type of proof she's paid all those fines.
We can do that.
I believe that be handled at the next AMC meeting that is
Yeah.
available on what will take place with the dog then.
But that's what I'm saying, but before we release the dog, we're gonna make sure that the fines are paid.
We're going to meeting, to discuss all that.
Right.
Before the dog is released.
Okay.
Because if unpaid fees and
So-
fines go to circuit court, which are illegal.
So, I mean, so.
But we don't have to release the dog.
So that week, so say the dog, so hypothetical, the dog comes in here,
Right.
she shows up at the next meeting after the dog is here. One of the stipulations we possibly could do would be payment of fines prior to the release. Could, but a lot of that is outside of kind of what we do as well. So that's kind of a lead question.
Can we make that stipulation though?
I would ask, I want to get legal
Okay.
input on that.
Can I ask another question, I don't know what Ken asked, that say she just gets rid of Joey, she gets another dog. If that dog is brought in, or are there gonna be stipulations that, okay, you need to, if you get another dog, you need to bill this, or
I thought she would consider her official.
She stays as a habitual offender, so any other violation of the code is enough to bring her back here for redetermination of the case. So if it's a different dog, a different issue, she's still a habitual offender, and so we can still bring
It
her.
follows her, not the tax.
Right, correct.
is there anything going to be sent to her, as with everybody else, if it's a habitual offender, that you are to keep your dog caged?
Yes, please, something.
That's,
oh, all right. That answered everything on that. We have everything, do we have everything covered on that now?
I believe so.
Thank you. Now let's go, move forward for now. Virgil, animal shelter.
All right, so just wanna put out that our, intake of animals this year is about 300, over last year for the same amount of time, so we are definitely seeing an increase in animals coming into the shelter. We are still, below our 2019 figures, but we're definitely catching back up from, where we were when we bottomed out or lower during COVID.
Last year,
Life skin, people are getting back to normal, people are moving around. June is Adopt Cat Month, so all our adoption fees are lower for all of our adult cats, including waiving fees for our cats 5 years and up. I will say this public meeting goes on record. I don't see, unfortunately, there's nobody joining us online, but we've seen an increase in puppies this year, so we are always looking for new fosters who can handle moms and puppies. So if there's anybody out there who wants to do that, let us know. The last thing I want to mention is our Julia Epley, our shelter manager, has moved on to other things. So our shelter manager, 7 years, is no longer with us. I want to publicly thank her for what she did for the shelter in those 7 years. Specifically, the percentage of animals that went into our foster home per year went from 15% of our intake up to 36% of our intake, which gives us a lot more flexibility. So I want to thank Julia and wish her well.
That's very nice. That's
Kudos.
very nice, Virgil. Thank you. And I would appreciate her work too. Thank you. Okay. Officers, do either of you guys have anything you need to bring up right now?
Okay, so we've been doing more TNR, so no, I mean, I'm fucking with that, but
I don't have the percentage or changes in TNR, but yeah,
I feel like we've been TNRing a lot.
that's, this last year it's a lot more than normal. We've done, I'd have to look, but between city and county, I think we're probably pushing about 30 this year so far.
For the new guy on board, what's that stand for?
Oh, trap neuter release. So this is where we find ferals, we work with, street cats, get them fixed so they're not breeding and release them back over there.
Gotcha.
Mine is a bit low.
Oh, yeah, because just at the North Shore address, I think I TNR 21. There was a total of 27 cats out there.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, guys. If you don't have anything else, that's fine.
Actually,
We don't have legal. We do not have legal here tonight. But yeah,
sorry, Matt,
Barry
actually,
can.
I've got a question for our listeners here. So Audrey, Dan, hi. I've got a question, and it's kind of related to your job, but it may not be an animal control officer issue as much as a county zoning issue. Are there any circumstances that you're aware of in Monroe County where an individual is not permitted to keep poultry on their residence?
No,
Unless an HOA says otherwise, but we can't enforce the HOA.
Okay, cool.
are you getting chickens?
Yeah, somebody in my neighborhood has a rooster, and I was checking. I've got to get well enough to get out of the house to get downtown to go check at the zoning to see what I believe we are medium density residential, and code 802 5 Delta 2, page 30, table 802, condition 43 says you can't have accessory livestock and non-farm animals unless you're in a pasturage context, and I don't think we have pastures in medium density residential. It's a zoning thing, not an ACO thing. I just want to make certain before I go on the warpath. I'm getting tired of getting woken up at 5 o'clock by my neighbor's
Tell them
rooster.
to get a crowing collar.
Sorry, what?
Tell them to get a crowing collar.
Oh, okay, that'll work. Little shock collar.
They exist for chickens, like bark collars for dogs. They have crowing collars for chickens.
You're serious? I thought you were joking. You're serious?
Yes,
Okay,
by my name is on.
thank you. I just gotta figure out who it is because it's too early in the morning. I don't feel like at 5 o'clock to get up and go walking around the neighborhood to figure out specifically where it is.
You already got
Yeah,
It's only, it can't be more than a quarter mile. It's pretty loud. So, okay, thanks, guys.
Okay, okay, thank you, Ken. Did Virgil, did legal leave you anything that we need to discuss?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Did legal leave us anything they need to discuss?
No, legal doesn't have anything.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure they're covered. I apologize. The next item on the list is a request for subcommittee member change.
Sorry,
What?
Yeah, I figured since this is frustrating, since we had the motion of who was on that committee to start, I figured it made sense for us to publicly switch.
Okay.
So,
you want me to make a motion since this?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to replace me with Pam Samples on the committee, not here, but on the subcommittee.
Second, seconded, in second.
and Pam is with the planning.
Well, she's with planning
Right.
and Ellisville, and she's on the town council.
Just getting knowledge about it.
Okay. Okay, is there a
Probably a
second
little bit more
on
than
that?
I do. Yeah.
William? Pardon me, William, are you representing the county or are you representing Ellettsville to that commission currently?
I was gonna represent Ellisville,
Okay, cool.
but she would be representing Ellisville.
Okay,
Okay, great, thank you.
I guess we need a second and a vote since we
That's what
voted.
do I have a second somewhere?
I'll second that.
I'll second.
Okay. All right, I have a second on that motion to do the replacement. Virgil,
Aye.
Russell,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Catherine, I don't know if William can vote on this one.
Sure you can.
Yeah,
That's a lot of them.
yeah, you can vote.
Aye.
Okay, you're aye, all right. I have no nays. Motion carried unanimously on that. We don't have anybody in the gallery, so we don't have any comments in the public, right?
We have no public present.
Okay, having heard that, I'll hear a motion to dismiss.
Motion to dismiss.
Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Ken,
Give Karen a chance to-
Virgil,
To adjourn,
Russell,
aye. Yep.
Aye.
Bye.
everybody aye or, okay.
Everybody's on.
All right, we are dismissed. We will, unless there's something else you guys want to talk about need to talk about right now, then we'll just,
I think we're good. Thanks, Matt.
thank you. Thank you. Have a good night. Stay safe. It's supposed to storm.
Yes.
All right.
Good night, Matt. Talk to you later.
Bye. We'll see you later. Feel better.
Thank you.